So the official Far Harbor DLC trailer was dropped earlier on today over on Bethesda's YouTube channel, and in this video I thought why not do a bit more of an in-depth breakdown, kind of covering a lot of the stuff spotted in the trailer, talking a little bit about it, and I thought it'd make for a great video for you guys here today. So hopefully you will go on to enjoy this video. And very quickly, if you guys do enjoy top 5s within gaming, like I've covered a lot of top 5s on this channel to do with Fallout 4. I'm basically running a channel with a friend of mine which is pretty much based around top 5s. It's known as Top 5 Central. I've actually mentioned this before, but if you guys are interested in top 5s within gaming, top 5 videos in general, there's going to be a lot of top 5 Far Harbor videos over there, then be sure to check it out. Top link in the description down below, and subscribe to that channel. Just wanted to kind of quickly mention that as it's another channel that I'm currently running with a friend of mine. But anyway, getting back into the video, for those of you who don't know, this is actually going to be released on May the 19th, so only 15 days away now until we get the Far Harbor expansion. And let's get straight into the trailer breakdown itself.
Please, bring my daughter home.
We've paid our dues in blood and bullets. This is our fight. Our island. Not yours.
So in the opening segments of the trailer, there really isn't too much to go in depth into. I mean, of course, you do see the boat itself going into Far Harbor, presumably the boat that you're going to be on to get there in general. You will see the commentary of a woman saying, "Please find my daughter," which we sort of knew a little bit about from the Far Harbor description, which pretty much stated a new case from Valentine's Detective Agency leads you on a search for a young woman and a secret colony of synths. Just giving you guys a little bit of backstory about that in general. Another thing I do want to point out here is this kind of skeleton that's I've seemingly seen a lot. Like, I've seen this skeleton a lot. They've put it on like the cover, I believe, of Far Harbor, or one of the images that were released. We've seen like a skeleton very similar. So they seem to be showing this a lot, and a lot of people do presume that this has something to do with the giant ghoul whale. For those of you who don't know, it's a bit of a story about a giant ghoul whale in Fallout 4. I did a whole separate video based on that a couple of months ago. If you do want to check that out, I will leave it linked down in the description down below. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that's the case. It's just a theory that people have, but just something I wanted to point out there again with that skeleton. And for the final two things that I do want to point out from the opening segments, we have one which is the VIM machine, or the VIM machine, that was spotted as well right in this clip here. And a funny story about the VIM machine, it was actually sort of leaked out by Bethesda themselves. When they were streaming, I believe, the Wasteland Workshop, they had access to a few items which aren't currently in the game. Number one was the barn structures, which we talked about before, and number two was the VIM machine that they had again, which a lot of people didn't have. So we sort of knew that this was going to be a thing, and I do believe that this is going to be one of the brand new workshop items that is going to be introduced. And same thing as well with this sort of Tesla thing that we see just at the end of the opening segments here. I believe this to be some form of electric defense system or Tesla defense object or something that is going to be used for the Far Harbor settlements. I mean, that's what it looks like to me, and of course you can let me know your thoughts on that down in the comment section down below.
The fog can do a number on you. Get you all turned around.
Far Harbor has a right to the truth.
So again, in this segment, there is a lot of things to talk about, and starting off, we have a brand new suit of armor that sort of reminds me of robot armor, but maybe we may be able to breathe underwater with this, who knows, just a bit of an idea thrown out there. In the same clip though, we see a brand new creature that I have to say looks freaking scary. I mean, this thing is huge, it moves fast, I don't know, that thing creeps me out. At first glance, it sort of looks like a Mirelurk type creature, but again, we currently don't know what type of a creature this is. You'll see another segment of it in the trailer, but it does have sort of mantis arms that flail about a bit. But either way, this thing is damn fast, damn creepy, and as sure as hell is going to be a badass creature to fight against. And talking of creatures, we have mutated anglerfish that are seemingly sort of hiding in the water, ready to jump out at you, and you sort of see them jumping out at you as well. once again in another clip from the trailer, which we'll talk about here shortly. But if you see these lights coming out of the water, guys, stay away from them. They are pretty much going to jump out at you and start attacking you, and maybe, just maybe, this may be the start of underwater creatures. Who knows? I'm hoping that, because we didn't really see too much of underwater creatures in the trailer. I'm hoping that they do make use of the underwater areas a lot more, but I guess that is something that we will have to wait and see when it does actually release. Something else that I do want to mention from the trailer is this guy right here. He seems to be, in my opinion, one of the main characters that we're going to be going to or seeing and talking to throughout Far Harbor. That's sort of the vibe I get from when he actually speaks, because he does actually mention the fog and how it can really do a number on you and turn you around, and maybe turn you crazy as well, similar to the hallucinogen gas grenades that are already in Fallout. When you throw them, they pretty much send everybody kind of on a craze. Maybe the fog has a similar effect to that, who knows, but one thing to point out there. And then finally, for the last part of this segment I do want to mention is this clip right here with the female sole survivor, this time with what seems to be new pieces of armor on the shoulder there and the arms.
The people of Far Harbor need only peer out their windows to look upon the face of Atom himself, given form in holy fog.
I know peace can still be achieved.
Peace? You call murdering one of ours peace?
So to begin with this segment, we start off by taking a little bit of a look at one of the environmental areas. Of course, this place here looks highly irradiated, like a lot of the places around Far Harbor are presumably gonna be. We've also seen a lot of clips like that throughout the trailer, where they're just showing off a little bit of the environment, showing off how big Far Harbor really is going to be. Then, of course, moving on to the next segment, we see some more Child of the Atom members. Of course, we have here the one which is sort of elevated up in the air with some very unique styled headpiece on. Not really too sure what's going on with that, but he does actually seem like he's very elevated, and of course part of a main quest there. And then we move on to something very, very juicy, and that is this really cool looking set of armor. And I just hope, with a lot of the armors in Fallout, some of them look really good, but they don't really fit into your certain playstyle or character. Some of them may not have very good stats. So I'm hoping this armor is very good in terms of statistics, because it looks cool, and I just can't wait to get my hands on it. We also see as well here one of the brand new melee weapons in the game. It looks sort of like a fishing hook, I guess, in a sense. I don't know if that's going to be any good, if it's anything like Automatron in terms of the way weapons worked. As many of you guys may know, the weapons in Automatron were really cool, but they just weren't as powerful as they should have been. So I'm hoping with a lot of the new weapons in Far Harbor, that is going to change, and hopefully the weapons may be a little bit more powerful. Now this next clip is very juicy, because it gives off a lot of New Vegas vibes, because a lot of you guys, especially in the comment section on my last video, were saying that this is a gecko, and although it looks that way to me, I just don't think it is. It isn't sort of the environment a gecko would be in, especially from New Vegas. But I don't know. It sort of seems to me like it could be some form of a mutated salamander. But again, it could be a gecko. I don't know. It's just my sort of opinion based on that. And let me know your thoughts on that down in the comment section down below. You can sort of see it flailing about there as it moves around. Moving on to the next clip, we get a bit more of a look at, once again, some of the areas around Far Harbor. We have this huge dome type area, which I believe is probably going to be where one of the main quests takes place, or if not the last final quest. It just seems like one of the main big areas, if you know what I mean. And then of course, moving away from that again, we get to see a brand new weapon in action, and I honestly don't know what type of a weapon this is. If you can let me know down in the comment section down below. Looks like some form of a machine gun in my opinion, but again, I have no freaking clue. So if you can let me know down in the comment section down below what type of a weapon that is. You'll also see another weapon again and a little bit more action here in the creature clips, because again, we have the freaking anglerfish that actually comes out and attacks you this time. In the beginning we saw, the anglerfish sticking out with the lights, pretty much just hanging around in the water. This time you can see that these things actually jump out at you and are pretty much ready to bite your head off, so just be a little bit careful around those. And then of course we see the other creature that we saw at the beginning, that freaking huge one that moves fast, in a little bit more of a close-up here with, the sole survivor there reloading a new weapon.
Careful. This could get out of hand real fast.
And then of course we have the final scene itself, which we do have a little bit to talk about here, but very quickly I do want to cover something that I completely missed from the previous sections, with the old guy, which is of course the new character, seemingly holding a brand new weapon, which I think is either a repeater or some form of lever action rifle. Just to quickly point that out there, as that is something that I did actually miss from that. But getting back into the final scene here, we have what seems to be like pretty much Nick Valentine's evil twin brother, or maybe even Nick himself, I don't know. But it's pretty much like a Tesla version of Nick, and we can sort of hear Nick speaking, which I don't know, it's very creepy, and I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens with this character and who this actually is going to be. Let me know your thoughts on that down in the comment section down below. And that, my friends, is a bit of a breakdown on the trailer itself. If there's anything that I did miss from this, be sure to let me know down in the comment section down below. Once again, I want to hear your opinions on any of this down in the comments as well. I'll be responding to a bunch of you guys down there, so be sure to do so. As always, you guys have been smashing the likes recently. The last time we did a trailer breakdown, it got over like 1,000 likes in the first 24 hours. So if you guys can keep up with that by dropping a like on this video today, that would be absolutely awesome as well. And just to let you guys know, again, I am going to be live streaming this right here on YouTube. It will pop up in your sub box as normal when Far Harbor does release. So if you want to stay tuned on the channel for that, feel free to do so. The second it drops for me live, I'm going to be going live on YouTube, streaming it for like hours upon hours, and just playing through it with you guys in the chat and kind of interacting with you guys there as well, just to have a little bit of fun there. But once again, hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, check out Top 5 Central, top link in the description, and I'll catch you guys next time with a brand new video. Peace out.